Is your team constantly wondering where all the time goes? Do project deadlines sneak up on you, leaving you scratching your head about how much effort was truly invested? If you're using Basecamp, you might be asking yourself, can I actually track time within this platform? It's a question that echoes through the virtual halls of many project teams. Basecamp, with its focus on communication, task management, and document sharing, excels at simplifying collaboration. It provides a centralized hub where everyone knows what to do, who's doing it, and when it's due. But when it comes to the nitty-gritty of time tracking, knowing precisely how many hours were spent on a specific task by a specific person for a specific client, Basecamp's native capabilities can seem a little, well, elusive. Many project managers, freelancers, and even small businesses gravitate towards Basecamp for its intuitive interface and its philosophy of less is more. It champions a streamlined approach to project management, avoiding the feature bloat that can plague other tools. This minimalist design, while fantastic for clarity and ease of use, often leads to the perception that advanced functionalities like robust time tracking are simply not present. And to a certain extent, that perception is accurate. Basecamp, in its core offering, does not have a built-in, dedicated time tracking module with start/stop timers, detailed reports, or billable hour calculations. So, does this mean you're out of luck? Absolutely not. It means you need to get a little creative or, more accurately, leverage the power of integration. The good news is that while Basecamp might not have native time tracking, it plays incredibly well with others. This video is all about exploring the different avenues you can take to effectively track time when your project management home is Basecamp. Let's dive into the core methods. Your options essentially break down into three main categories: using Basecamp's existing features in a clever way, integrating with dedicated third-party time tracking tools, or employing a hybrid approach. First, let's talk about the clever use of existing Basecamp features strategy. While you won't find a start timer button, you can establish conventions within your team to manually log time. The simplest method involves using comments on tasks or to-dos. When someone completes a chunk of work on a task, they can leave a comment like, "Worked 2 hours on design mockups," or "Spent 1.5 hours on content writing." This requires discipline and consistency from your team, but it's a zero-cost solution that keeps the information within Basecamp. The downside, of course, is that aggregating this data for reports or invoicing becomes a manual, potentially tedious process. You'd have to go through each task, sift through comments, and manually sum up the hours. This is feasible for very small teams or short-term projects, but it quickly becomes unmanageable as your workload grows. Another internal Basecamp approach is to create a dedicated time log, to-do list, or a message board thread. Each team member could then create a new to-do or post a message daily or weekly, detailing the tasks they worked on and the time spent. For instance, a to-do might be week of June 17th time log John Doe, with subtasks for each project and the time allocated. Again, this requires diligent manual entry and still necessitates manual aggregation for any meaningful analysis. It's a step up from individual comments in terms of organization, but still far from automated. Now, let's move on to the real game changer, integrating with dedicated third-party time tracking tools. This is where the power of Basecamp truly shines, not necessarily through its own features, but through its open API and its popularity within the project management ecosystem. There are numerous excellent time tracking applications designed to integrate seamlessly with Basecamp, pulling in your projects, tasks, and even team members, allowing for precise time logging and powerful reporting. One of the most popular and robust options is Harvest. Harvest offers a direct integration with Basecamp. Once connected, your Basecamp projects and to-do lists appear within Harvest. Your team members can then select the relevant Basecamp project and task, start a timer, and track their work in real time. When they stop the timer, the time entry is recorded in Harvest, and often you can even configure it to add a comment to the corresponding Basecamp to-do, keeping everyone informed. Harvest excels at detailed reporting, allowing you to see time spent per project, per person, per task, and even track billable versus non-billable hours. It's a fantastic solution for agencies, freelancers, and any team that needs accurate time data for invoicing, budgeting, or project profitability analysis. Another strong contender is Toggle Track. Similar to Harvest, Toggle Track offers an intuitive interface for time tracking and robust reporting. It also integrates with Basecamp, allowing you to import your projects and tasks. Toggle Track's browser extension makes it incredibly easy to start and stop timers directly from within your Basecamp interface, minimizing context switching. It's known for its user-friendly design and its ability to help individuals and teams understand where their time is truly going, identifying potential time sinks and improving efficiency. Beyond Harvest and Toggle Track, there's a whole ecosystem of time tracking tools that offer Basecamp integrations, including Clockify, ClickUp, which has its own time tracking and Basecamp import features, and even more specialized tools like EverHour. The best choice for you will depend on your specific needs, budget, and the level of detail and reporting you require. Many of these tools offer free tiers or free trials, so you can experiment to find the perfect fit. The key advantage of using a dedicated time tracking tool is automation and accuracy. No more manually sifting through comments or spreadsheets. Time is logged in real time, categorized, and then aggregated into insightful reports that can inform your project planning, budgeting, and client billing. This frees up valuable time for your team to focus on actual work, rather than administrative overhead. Finally, let's touch upon the hybrid approach. This involves using Basecamp for its core strengths, communication, task assignment, and document sharing, while leveraging a separate, dedicated time tracking tool for all time-related data. The integration part comes in by ensuring that your team consistently logs time in the external tool for every Basecamp task they work on. This might mean having a strict workflow where a task isn't considered done until the time has been logged in the external system. While not as seamless as direct API integration, it's a viable option if your preferred time tracking tool doesn't have a direct Basecamp integration, or if you prefer a cleaner separation of concerns. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.